Chapter 3151. Recognition. Mo Shan and the three-eyed man both sighed in admiration at the might of the 6 paths of reincarnation secret technique. At the same time, both of them felt a trace of envy in their hearts. Such a powerful secret technique was something that even the principal's masters yearned for, but unfortunately, they did not have the opportunity. The blue-haired woman was the only one who had been staring at the scene with a solemn expression. Mo Shan, the blue-haired woman finally spoke. You only paid attention to the last secret skill of Heavenly Sword Marquis. Didn't you notice the many secret skills he used from the beginning? What secret skill? Mo Shan and the three-eyed man looked over. Oh, it's the huge golden emperor phantom behind him and the dark gold armor on his body. The green-haired woman pointed at Jian Wushuang in the picture. Mo Shan and the three-eyed man immediately looked over, but they did not see anything at first. The golden emperor phantom and the dark gold armor on his body should be secret skills that he used. These 2 secret skills have greatly enhanced his divine power, but such secret skills are not rare in the divine beginning world, right? Mo Shan asked. This type of secret technique isn't rare, but the 2 secret techniques that Heavenly Sword Marquis used are much rarer, the green-haired woman said. What do you mean? Mo Shan asked. Don't keep us in suspense. Just tell us what you've seen, the three-eyed man urged. You two, you've both lived for millions of years. You've lived for tens of millions of years. Your knowledge is extraordinary. I think you've all heard of the 7-star mysterious sect. The green-haired woman said seriously. 7-star mysterious sect. Mo Shan and the three-eyed man were shocked. The 7-star mysterious sect was once the overlord of the divine beginning realm. It's the oldest and strongest sect. Of course, the 2 of us have heard of it, Mo Shan said. Although the 7-star mysterious sect had been destroyed for many years and had not been mentioned for many years, as the masters of the rules, they were qualified to know some of the secrets of the divine beginning realm. As for the 7-star mysterious sect, of course, they had heard of it. It is said that when the 7-star mysterious sect was at its peak, even the 3 great saint domains could not compare to it. Only when the 3 great saint domains joined hands would they have the right to compete with the 7-star mysterious sect. Although our heaven-cleaving alliance is now the #1 free alliance in the divine beginning realm, our strength and foundation are extremely powerful. If we were to fight against 1 great saint domain alone, we could easily gain the upper hand. However, once the 2 great saint domains join hands, I'm afraid that our heaven-destroying alliance would not be able to defeat them. If the 3 great saint domains join hands, even our heaven-cleaving alliance would have no choice but to retreat. At its peak, the 7-star mysterious sect could contend against the 3 great saint domains at the same time. The three-eyed man's voice was a little agitated. They had all heard some legends about the 7-star mysterious sect. They were also filled with yearning for such an ancient and powerful super sect. But unfortunately, this sect was destroyed many years ago. The three-eyed man sighed softly. Biyun, we are talking about the Heavenly Sword Marquis. Why are you talking about the 7-star mysterious sect? Could it be that this little guy has something to do with the 7-star mysterious sect? Mo Shan looked at the green-haired woman. I don't know whether it has something to do with him or not, but I know that the secret technique that the Heavenly Sword Marquis used came from the 7-star mysterious sect, the green-haired woman said. What? Mo Shan and the three-eyed man were shocked. Biyun, are you sure? Mo Shan immediately asked. I'm sure. The green-haired woman nodded. I've studied the 7-star mysterious sect for a period of time, and I know that the 7-star mysterious sect had 5 strongest secret techniques at their peak. I've also seen the mirror images of some of the 7-star mysterious sect's experts using these 5 secret techniques. I can be sure that among the secret techniques that Heavenly Sword Marquis used, the huge golden emperor phantom behind him is one of the 5 great secret techniques of the 7-star mysterious sect, the Heaven Punisher. As for the dark golden armor that appeared on his body, it was one of the 5 great secret arts of the 7-star mysterious sect, the 9 luminaries star armor. Also, you should have noticed that when he was fighting with the rank 7 true saint from the Purple Cloud Pavilion, at first, the divine power aura he emitted was only at the peak of rank 4, but later on, his aura suddenly increased and reached the level of a rank 5 true saint. He obviously used secret art that could increase his realm in a short period of time, and this secret art should be one of the 5 great secret arts of the 7-star mysterious sect, the 7-star secret art. Among the 5 strongest secret techniques of the 7-star mysterious sect, the Heavenly Sword Marquis cultivated 3 of them. Do you think he has any relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect? The green-haired woman looked at Mo Shan and the 3-eyed man. This. Mo Shan and the 3-eyed man looked at each other with a trace of shock in their eyes. If I'm not wrong, he must have been lucky and obtained the ancient inheritance of the 7-star mysterious sect. Or he must have met a peak expert who survived the 7-star mysterious sect and became the disciple of that expert and learned these 3 secret techniques. But no matter what, he must have some connection with the 7-star mysterious sect, the green-haired woman continued. Originally, it was normal for a cultivator to be lucky enough to obtain the sect's inheritance or become a disciple of a top-tier expert. However, the 7-star mysterious sect is different. The 7-star mysterious sect is the public enemy of all the great factions in the 3rd heaven. The 3 great saint realms, the 4 great divine clans, and the 8 direction celestial sect once joined hands to attack the 7-star divine realm. The 7-star mysterious sect was also destroyed because of this. Over a long period of time, the 3 great saint realm masters in the 3 great saint realms have been paying attention to the 7-star mysterious sect. Anyone who is related to the 7-star mysterious sect will be killed without mercy. And now, this Heavenly Sword Marquis has the 3 great secret arts of the 7-star mysterious sect, and the scene of him fighting with the rank 7 true saint from the Purple Cloud Pavilion has spread all over the 3rd heaven. It's impossible for the 3 great saint realms not to notice it. Moreover, since I can recognize the secret arts that the Heavenly Sword Marquis used, it's impossible for the experts from the 3 great saint realms who have a deeper relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect not to recognize it. Wait, you mean? Mo Shan narrowed his eyes as he stared at the green-haired lady. You should be able to guess what the 3 great saint realms will do if they find out that the Heavenly Sword Marquis possesses the secret techniques of the 3 7-star mysterious sect. The green-haired lady said. A sharp glint shot out from Mo Shan's eyes. Mo Shan, don't be rash. The green-haired lady hurriedly said, I know that you admire the Heavenly Sword Marquis very much, but he is still one of the 3 great saint realms. I understand. Mo Shan took a deep breath and nodded slightly. Don't worry, I know what to do. I don't dare to provoke the 3 great saint level experts, but I need to remind that little fellow that the 3 great saint level experts won't come and kill me directly, right? Chapter 3152, Hall Master's Accident. It's just a reminder, there's no problem. In addition, the reason why Heavenly Sword Marquis allowed the 3 Palace Masters to allow him to enter the heaven-cleaving mystic realm must be some special reason. The 3 Palace Masters should also take him seriously. You can also report this to the 3 Palace Masters. The green-haired woman said. Yes, I will go and look for the 3 Palace Masters now. Mo Shan immediately stood up and went to seek an audience with the 3 Palace Masters. The manor was as beautiful as a fairyland. All kinds of rare and precious beasts were scattered all over the manor. In the middle of the manor, a barefooted bald man in a white robe was sitting on a throne in a grand hall. He was laughing as he looked at the 3 people kneeling below him. The auras of these 3 people were extremely powerful, and they had all reached the peak of rank 7. However, these 3 rank 7 peak true saints had their heads buried in the ground, not daring to raise their heads to look at the bald man above them. Even though the white-robed bald man had always been laughing, and had an extremely gentle and understanding appearance, the bodies of the 3 kneeling people were trembling crazily. This trembling was because they were terrified. Go! The white-robed bald man smiled and waved his hand. The 3 rank 7 peak true saints kneeling in the main hall started to turn into nothingness without any warning. This nothingness was because the 3 of them were gradually disappearing. Even if they disappeared, the 3 rank 7 peak true saints could see their situation. Their eyes were wide open, but they could only watch helplessly as they disappeared. Soon, the 3 rank 7 peak true saints disappeared completely, as if they had never come into this world. After casually killing the 3 people in front of him, the white-robed bald man still had a warm smile on his face. At this time, Sue. A black-robed figure suddenly appeared in the main hall. After appearing, he immediately knelt down in front of the white-robed bald man. "Master, there's news about the person you ordered to find," the black-robed figure said respectfully. The white-robed bald man's expression changed and he looked down. "Speak." "This is a mirror image that I just obtained from the first heaven. Master, take a look." The black-robed figure waved his hand and a mirror image immediately appeared in the void of the hall. It was the scene of Jian Wushuang and Bai Yuan fighting head-on. The white-robed bald man kept looking at the mirror image. From the beginning to the end of the fierce battle, he was smiling, and his expression did not change at all. Until the mirror image disappeared. "Master, the rank 4 true saint in the image is called Heavenly Sword Marquis. He is now a heaven-level member of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance, and the one he killed was a rank 7 true saint of the Purple Cloud Pavilion. During this process, the secret skill that Heavenly Sword Marquis used." The black-robed figure had not finished speaking. The white-robed bald man waved his hand. "Heaven Punisher, 9 Luminaries Star Armor. If I'm not mistaken, he also used the 7 Stars Secret Technique. Out of the 5 secret techniques of the 7 Stars Mysterious Sect, he used 3 of them at the same time. Not only that, but he is also good at Sword Dao, and his combat power is shocking. A rank 4 true saint actually killed a rank 7 true saint, which is 3 ranks higher than him. Ordinary cultivators can't do it at all. Even those special life forms with huge innate advantages probably don't have the ability to do it. Only perfect chaotic creatures with the most perfect life level have the chance to do it." The smile on the white-robed bald man's face became even more dazzling and intoxicating. He possessed the secret arts of the 7-star mysterious sect, and he even had 3 of them. He was also good at sword arts. The key was that his ability to jump levels was ridiculously strong. When the 3 of them were combined, his identity was obvious. Although his appearance has changed a little, he is after all reincarnated. It is normal for him to change. Moreover, it is possible that he has been deliberately disguising himself to change his appearance. The white-robed bald man muttered softly, "In any case, there is a 99% chance that Heavenly Sword Marquis is the person we are looking for." Jian Wushuang. After confirming Jian Wushuang's identity, the white-robed bald man immediately sent a message to the other 2 masters of the Saint Realm. The 3 began to discuss. "We can confirm that Jian Wushuang is Heavenly Sword Marquis. He is now in the first heaven, and he is fighting with a sect called the Purple Cloud Pavilion. He has only lived for a few years, but he has already reached the rank 4 True Saint realm and can surpass the rank 7 True Saint realm. If we continue to let him grow, it won't be long before he is on par with us. Kill him. Since we know his location, we must kill him as soon as possible." Unfortunately, this kid is very cautious. He didn't reveal his life level. Otherwise, the will of heaven would have locked onto his existence and killed him instantly. The 3rd heaven was the core of the divine beginning world, where the will of heaven was the most powerful. There was no doubt about that. However, although the will of heaven was strong, it was still impossible to find Jian Wushuang in the 3rd heaven without Jian Wushuang revealing his life aura. I'm afraid it's not realistic to kill him with the will of Heavenly Dao. We have to find him ourselves and kill him at all costs. In addition, let the Witch God sect take action. The Witch God sect's people are very strange and powerful. In the divine beginning world, no one can find a person faster than the Witch God sect. The 3 great Saint Realm Masters quickly came to a unanimous conclusion. This area was at the bottom of a huge abyss. There was no sunlight here. Everything was pitch black and pitch black. In the center of the vast and boundless dark hall, a hazy dark figure suddenly condensed on the throne. "Pass down the order. Find this person called Heavenly Sword Marquis in the picture as fast as possible. Then, capture him at all costs. Remember, you must capture him alive." A hoarse voice came out of the dark figure's mouth. It reverberated throughout the entire dark hall. There were at least hundreds of people kneeling in the dark hall. These hundreds of people all had extremely powerful auras and wore black robes. When they heard the dark figure's words, everyone spoke in unison, "We obey the sorcerer god's order." Their voices shook the sky and reverberated throughout the entire hall. The Sorcerer God. The real ruler of the Sorcerer God sect was a terrifying existence whose strength was no less than that of the three masters of the Saint Realm. No one in the Sorcerer God sect dared to disobey the order given by the Sorcerer God himself. However, there was something strange. When the three masters of the Saint Realm sent a message to the Sorcerer God, they said that they would kill Jian Wushuang at all costs. But now, the Witch God said they would capture him alive. Chapter 3153 requests to see the Palace Master in an extremely special spacetime in the Divine Beginning Realm. There was a huge island. The island was beautiful and incomparably quiet. In the center of the island, there was a courtyard that looked like an ordinary person's house. Beside the lake in the middle of the courtyard, a woman in red was sitting upright, quietly fishing. Suddenly, the spacetime around them fluctuated, and a human figure appeared next to them. It was a middle-aged man who was over 5 meters tall and looked like a mountain. "B.A. Kang, why are you here?" The woman in red did not even glance at the middle-aged man. She just asked casually, "I'm here to seek an audience with the Hall Master." The mountain-like middle-aged man, B.A. Kang, said, "Seek an audience with the Hall Master." The red-robed woman turned her head. "It's not that you don't know where the Hall Master is right now. Furthermore, when the Hall Master left, he instructed us not to bother him unless it's an urgent matter. As far as I know, nothing major has happened in the Hall during this period of time." It's true that nothing major has happened, but what happened today? B.A. Kang frowned. Following this, he took out a token. "You should understand after looking at this mirror image." The jade token was activated and a mirror image immediately appeared in the air. The red-robed lady also looked at the mirror image. At first, she was very calm and there was not the slightest ripple. However, after a short moment, her pupils suddenly shrank and a trace of shock flashed in the depths of her eyes. Very quickly, the image disappeared. "Now you know why I want to see the Hall Master, right?" B.A. Kang asked. "I know." The red-dressed woman nodded slightly. Soon after, she stood up. "Wait a moment. I will first send a message to the Hall Master to see if it is convenient for him." B.A. Kang waited there. A moment later. "All right," the red-dressed woman said. After which, she took out an ancient bronze mirror. Following a few special hand seals, the surface of the bronze mirror began to ripple like a lake. Gradually, a human face was formed. This human face had the appearance of an old man that was covered in wrinkles. The old man had silver-white hair and looked extremely ancient. When they saw this human face, the red-dressed woman and B.A. Kang immediately bowed. "Lord Palace Master." "Speak, what do you want from me?" The silver-white-haired old man's voice was very casual. He did not have any airs, nor did he have any high and mighty appearance. He even called himself I and looked very amiable. "Temple Master, there is a mirror image here. Please take a look." B.A. Kang took out the mirror image again. The mirror image was the fierce battle between Jian Wushuang and Bai Yuan. From the beginning to the end, it was very complete. A rank 4 true saint versus a rank 7 true saint. The silver-haired elder raised his eyebrows. When he saw that Jian Wushuang could fight with Bai Yuan in the mirror image, the silver-haired elder could not help nodding in admiration. It's amazing that a rank 4 true saint can have such battle strength. "Temple Master, keep watching," B.A. Kang said. In the image, it was Bai Yuan's strongest move, but he still did not hurt Jian Wushuang. At this point, the silver-haired elder still looked calm. But at this time, Jian Wushuang finally used his full strength. He directly used his killer move, Blood Azura. It was this move that made the silver-haired old man squint his eyes. "This swordsmanship is a bit interesting." The silver-haired old man revealed a faint smile. After Blood Azura was used, Jian Wushuang should have continued to use the 6 paths of reincarnation secret skill to kill Bai Yuan. But after Blood Azura used his sword, B.A. Kang directly took back the mirror token. "Temple Master, this little guy is called Heavenly Sword Marquis. He is alone and hasn't joined any sects. He is only an ordinary heaven-level member in the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance," B.A. Kang said. "Well, this little guy is good. Send someone to bring him back immediately," the silver-haired elder said. Yes. B.A. Kang nodded respectfully. And in the copper mirror, the silver-haired elder's face had already disappeared. Outside the divine beginning realm, the cosmic battlefield where danger and countless opportunities converged. This place was filled with blood and death. In the northern part of the cosmic battlefield, there was a planet that was already barren. Although this planet was already barren and on the verge of collapse, its size was inconceivable. On this planet, on a desolate land, a silver-haired old man dressed in simple clothes slowly stood up. The old man's gaze was deep, but his gaze was incomparably gentle. There was a hint of evil between his brows, and his aura was also incomparably unique. This was an extremely strange and unusual person. He actually fused the space-time divine art I created with my own sword art, creating a sword art that can cause space-time to stop. This has never happened before. Heavenly Sword Marquis. What an interesting little fellow. Even I can't help but want to meet this little fellow. The silver-haired old man sighed softly. He began to ponder in his heart. After a long while, he made up his mind. Forget it. I've been adventuring in this universe battlefield for so long. It's time for me to go back and take a look. On the way, I'll be able to meet this little fellow who surprises me and surprises me. The silver-haired elder smiled and then took 2 steps forward. These 2 steps were very casual. It seemed like a casual step, but one step was enough to take him out of the star, and another step would take him to the void hundreds of millions of miles away from the star. In the first heaven of the divine beginning realm, in the void of the territory controlled by the purple cloud pavilion, Jian Wushuang flew while summarizing the battle. This battle was not only to kill Bai Yuan but also to take revenge on the purple cloud pavilion. The most important thing was that he wanted to temper himself and determine his true strength. After the battle, he had a clear understanding of his strength. Now, my battle strength should be comparable to that of an ordinary initial rank 7 true saint in a head-on fight. Once I use my trump card and the 6 paths of reincarnation secret skill, an ordinary initial rank 7 true saint would find it difficult to resist and would have to be killed. If it's an advanced rank 7 or peak rank 7, I'm afraid that I can't kill them with just the extremely hot hell and the extremely cold hell of the Hell Dao. In other words, I can only fight with a rank 7 advanced true saint. If I meet someone at the peak of rank 7 or above, I can only run for my life, Jian Wushuang said with a faint smile. At this moment, Jian Wushuang's expression changed and he took out a token. This token was Mo Shan's communication token. Elder Mo Shan, you're looking for me. Jian Wushuang immediately replied. Chapter 3154. Made an exception once again, my dear Heavenly Marquis. I heard that you killed a rank 7 true saint of the Purple Cloud Pavilion with your strength of a rank 4 true saint realm? That's amazing, Mo Shan said with a smile. Yes, but I was just lucky, Jian Wushuang said. Lucky? Ha ha, it's not possible to challenge someone 3 ranks higher, Mo Shan said. Jian Wushuang could only smile. My young friend, don't be so smug. I'm here to tell you something, Mo Shan said seriously. Please tell me, senior. Jian Wushuang was very humble. This time, the mirror image of you killing the rank 7 true saint of the Purple Cloud Pavilion has spread everywhere in the 3rd heaven. You are indeed famous, but at the same time, you have attracted the attention of countless experts. If I'm not wrong, you must have a lot of secrets, Mo Shan said in a strange voice. For example, I'm afraid that you have a lot of connections with the ancient 7-star mysterious sect. Jian Wushuang's pupils immediately shrank. My friend, you don't have to deny that you used the divine punishment skill and the 9 luminary star armor of the 7-star mysterious sect at the same time when you were fighting with the rank 7 expert of the Purple Cloud Pavilion. The secret skill that can improve your realm in a short period of time should also be the 7-star secret skill of the 7-star mysterious sect. A person who possesses 3 secret skills of the 7-star mysterious sect at the same time, no matter how you explain it, you're already related to the 7-star mysterious sect. Mo Shan said. Jian Wushuang was silent. Mo Shan had already decided on this matter, so he naturally would not quibble. The reason I sent this message to you is to tell you that the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance can see your relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect from the battle between you and the rank 7 true saint of the Purple Cloud Pavilion. So can the experts of other forces. As for the ancient 7-star mysterious sect, it used to be recognized as the overlord of the divine beginning realm, but it has been destroyed after all. Moreover, the 7-star mysterious sect has many enemies. Let's not talk about anything else. Just the 3 saint realms, which stand at the top of the 3 heavens, have a feud with the 7-star mysterious sect. Once the 3 saint realms find out about your relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect, they will definitely try to kill you, Mo Shan said. Jian Wushuang's face was cold. Of course, he knew what Mo Shan said, and he knew more. Once the 3 masters of the saint realm knew where he was, they would kill him at all costs. Even the 3 masters of the saint realm would come personally. After all, he was not only related to the 7-star mysterious sect but also had a deep relationship with them. Elder Mo Shan is right. Since the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance can determine my identity through the mirror images of my battle, the 3 masters of the saint realm must be able to do the same. As expected, the 3 masters of the saint realm in the 3 saint realms already know that I have arrived at the 3rd heaven and am now in the 1st heaven. I'm afraid they have already ordered experts to come and kill me, Jian Wushuang thought. Of course, although he knew this, Jian Wushuang was not afraid at all. Since he had decided to come to the 3rd heaven, he was prepared to reveal his identity and be hunted down by the 3 saint realms. After all, he was going to reach the peak of the divine beginning world. The path to the peak was full of obstacles. It was impossible for him to grow to the peak quietly and peacefully. He had to rise through the slaughter, and since he wanted to kill, it was inevitable for his reputation to spread. Therefore, he had already expected the current situation, but he did not expect it to come so quickly. My heavenly sword Marquis friend, your talent is extremely high, and my Heaven-Cleaving Alliance also holds you in high regard. After I found out that you are related to the 7-star mysterious sect, I immediately went to see the 3 palace masters of my Heaven-Cleaving Alliance. The 3 palace masters also made a decision to make an exception for you and invite you to join the Heaven-Cleaving 3 palaces for the 3rd time. As long as you join the 3 palaces, you can cultivate in the Heaven-Cleaving star in the future. The Heaven-Cleaving Alliance will do its best to protect you and won't let the 3 saint realms touch you at all. Mo Shan said solemnly. According to the rules of the 3 palaces, a genius could only be invited twice. If the other party rejected both invitations, the 3 palaces would not invite him a 3rd time. But this time, the 3 palace masters were willing to make an exception for Jian Wushuang, just as they had made an exception for Jian Wushuang to enter the Heaven-Cleaving mystic realm. From this, it could be seen how much the 3 palace masters valued Jian Wushuang. However, after hearing Mo Shan's words, Jian Wushuang thought for a moment and still shook his head. Elder Mo Shan, please thank the 3 palace masters for my kindness, but it's better not to join the 3 palaces of Heaven-Cleaving mystic realm. My young friend, do you still want to refuse? Mo Shan asked with a strange expression. I've been to the Heaven-Cleaving star and seen many genius disciples of the 3 palaces. I found that most of them are only at the 1st, 2nd, and rank 3 true saints. There are not many rank 4 true saints, and there are even fewer true saints above rank 5. Obviously, most of the opportunities in the 3 palaces are only useful to low-level true saints. But after reaching rank 4 or 5, the effects of those opportunities will be less and less. I'm already a rank 4 ultimate true saint, and I'm almost a rank 5 true saint. My battle strength is comparable to a rank 7 true saint. With my strength, even if I joined the Heaven-Cleaving 3 palaces, it would be difficult for me to get another great opportunity. If I go to the Heaven-Cleaving star to cultivate, at most, I can only have a temporary shelter. But even if I can hide on the Heaven-Cleaving star, I definitely can't hide forever. So, I'd better go on my own, Jian Wushuang said. After hearing Jian Wushuang's words, Mo Shan, who was on the other end of the token, was silent for a while. Then he said, sure enough, the 3 palace masters guessed right. You won't join the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance again, so they have a backup plan. Backup plan? Jian Wushuang was stunned. My young friend, you go to the nearest mystic realm of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance first. When you get there, send me a message. I'll come to see you in person, Mo Shan said. Okay. Jian Wushuang nodded. Immediately, Jian Wushuang followed Mo Shan's instructions and went to the mystic realm of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance, which was closest to him. After arriving at the mystic realm, Jian Wushuang sent a message to Mo Shan, who then rushed over through the space passage. In a separate secret room, Jian Wushuang and Mo Shan sat opposite each other at a table. My friend, the 3 palace masters said that if you don't want to join the 3 palaces, they want me to give you 2 things, Mo Shan said. Which 2 things? Jian Wushuang was confused. Chapter 3155. Gift. Mo Shan flipped his hand and took out a purple bamboo leaf. Other than its color, this bamboo leaf looked no different from an ordinary bamboo leaf at first glance. However, if one were to carefully sense it, one would be able to sense the obscure energy fluctuations contained within the bamboo leaf. This purple bamboo leaf is very impressive. The 3 palace masters have said that you must take good care of it. In the future, if you encounter a real desperate situation where there is no chance of survival, you can take it out and burn it. By then, as long as you are in the divine beginning realm, this bamboo leaf should be able to save your life, Mo Shan said. When Jian Wushuang heard this, he was extremely shocked. As long as he was in the divine beginning realm, the purple bamboo leaf could save his life no matter what kind of danger he encountered. These words were said by the 3 palace masters of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance. How could this bamboo leaf be so amazing? How could the 3 palace masters give such a precious life-saving item to me? Jian Wushuang asked in surprise. He really could not figure it out. If it was just an exception that allowed him to enter the heaven-cleaving mystic realm, it was probably because of his talent. But now, such a precious life-saving item was probably not available to the most outstanding genius disciples of the 3 palaces. Even the personal disciples of the 3 palace masters probably did not have such treatment. But now, the 3 palace masters had given such a precious item to him. What is the reason? Jian Wushuang was very confused, but he could not ask until he saw the 3 palace masters. He would not know if he asked Mo Shan. My young friend, put away this bamboo leaf first. Mo Shan handed the purple bamboo leaf to Jian Wushuang with a hint of envy in his eyes. It was a super treasure that could save one's life in any place in the divine beginning world. Of course, Mo Shan envied it. Even a principal's master like him was not qualified to have such a life-saving treasure. But Jian Wushuang had it. Jian Wushuang took a deep breath and did not refuse. Instead, he carefully put the purple bamboo leaf back into his interspatial ring. In addition to the purple bamboo leaf, these 2 beads were also given to you by the 3 palace masters. Mo Shan took out 2 more beads. One of the 2 beads was red, while the other was crystal clear. However, the moment Mo Shan took them out, Jian Wushuang immediately sensed the shocking power contained in the 2 beads. What are these? Jian Wushuang looked at the 2 pearls in shock. One of these 2 pearls was personally refined by Palace Master Azura, and the other one was personally refined by Palace Master Shueyun. These 2 pearls contain the power of 2 palace masters. Although the power cannot be compared to the power of the 2 palace masters at their peak, with your guidance, it should be easy for me to kill a principal's master with 1 pearl, Mo Shan said. The power in this pearl can allow me to kill principal's masters easily. Jian Wushuang's eyes widened. The principal's masters I'm talking about usually have opened mystic realms and are stronger. However, if they are weaker and haven't even opened mystic realms, they can easily kill 2 or 3 principal's masters with this pearl. Even if they have immortal bodies, they won't survive. Mo Shan was very confident. Of course, he was not confident in himself, but in the 3 palace masters. Among the 3 palace masters of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance, each of them stood at the peak of the divine beginning realm. Each of them was terrifyingly powerful. Any one of them could easily slaughter the principal's masters. Although the special beads they refined only contained a part of their power, they could be used to kill 1 or 2 ordinary principal's masters. Of course, there would be no problem. These 2 beads were given to you by the 3 palace masters in case you need them, Mo Shan said. Jian Wushuang did not know what to say. Previously, he had given the purple bamboo leaf as an incredible life-saving item. Now, He had been given 2 beads that could kill an ordinary principal's master. The 3 palace masters of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance were too kind to him? Elder Mo Shan, you won't be rewarded without merit. These things. Jian Wushuang had not finished his sentence. Don't refuse. Mo Shan waved his hand. The 3 palace masters have already given these things to me. They gave them to me personally. There's no reason for me to take them back. If you refuse, it'll be a disgrace to the 3 palace masters. I'm afraid the 3 palace masters won't be happy, Mo Shan said. Jian Wushuang was speechless. After hesitating for a moment, he decided to accept the 2 beads. As Mo Shan had said, since the 3 palace masters had decided to give him something, it would be disgracing the 3 palace masters if he did not accept it as a true saint. Moreover, he was in a bad situation. He needed some trump cards that could save his life or kill the enemy. The purple bamboo leaf and the 2 pearls were given to him by the 3 palace masters were of great use to him. My young friend, I have given them to you according to the instructions of the 3 palace masters. As for what happens next, you will have to rely on yourself. Of course, if you encounter any problems or troubles in the future, you can send me a message. I will not refuse to help you if I can, Mo Shan said. Thank you, Elder Mo Shan. Jian Wushuang was extremely grateful. Mo Shan nodded slightly and then left. After Mo Shan left, Jian Wushuang still had not completely calmed down. What exactly is the reason for the 3 palace masters of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance to treat me so well? Is it because of the 7 stars mysterious sect? Or is it because of my perfect chaotic creature? Or is there really a relationship between the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance and my master? Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes slightly. The 7-star mysterious sect was once the indisputable overlord of the divine beginning world. It was normal for them to have some connection with the First Freedom Alliance of the divine beginning world. As for his perfect chaotic creature physique, it was unacceptable to the heavenly Tao. From the name of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance, it could be seen that they wanted to conquer heaven. As for his master, as the first perfect chaotic creature, he also created a powerful secret skill, Heaven-Cleaving Technique. From the name of the Heaven-Cleaving Technique and the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance, it was very normal that there was a relationship between the 2. Jian Wushuang thought that all of these reasons were possible, but he did not know which one. Whatever. In short, the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance is a friend and not an enemy to me. That's enough. Jian Wushuang smiled faintly and then began to plan the path he would take next. Chapter 3156. The Prophet. I wanted to have a good fight with the Purple Cloud Pavilion in this territory, but now it seems that it won't work, Jian Wushuang thought. The 3 Saint Realms had already known of his existence, so they would immediately send a large number of experts to kill him. If he stayed in the territory controlled by the Purple Cloud Pavilion, he would be courting death. I must leave immediately and hide my identity. I must never use the name of Heavenly Sword Marquis again. Jian Wushuang had a clear plan in his heart. He immediately set off. In the dark void and the dark earth, there was an ancient altar in the center. The altar was covered with all kinds of strange secret patterns. A skinny hunchbacked old man in a black robe stood there with a black snakehead walking stick, looking down at the mysterious runes under his feet. At this moment, whoosh, 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 several figures flew over from the void and landed on the altar in the blink of an eye. Lord Prophet. The leading woman in black bowed before speaking respectfully. The hunchbacked old man holding the snake-headed walking stick raised his head and glanced at the black-robed woman. Is there something the matter? We are here under the orders of the sorcerer god. We would like to ask you to help us find a rank 4 true saint named Heavenly Sword Marquis, the black-robed woman said. Find someone. The hunchbacked old man's turbid gaze narrowed slightly. It's just a name. Even the power of the divine beginning realm's heavenly Tao will probably not be able to find it, right? Of course it's not just a name. The black-robed woman smiled. She then waved her hand, and a black-robed man walked up from behind her. Greetings, Lord Prophet. This black-robed man was only a rank 4 true saint. When he faced the black-robed woman, he was already trembling. Now, in front of this hunchbacked old man, he was even more terrified. After all, The hunchbacked old man was a legendary super-existence. In the sorcerer god sect, his status was second only to the sorcerer god. Prophet, this man has met Heavenly Sword Marquis once, and he has a deep impression of him, the black-robed woman said. This black-robed man was one of the few rank 4 true saints who had participated in the assassination of Xianxia. At that time, they mainly wanted to assassinate Xianxia, but they met Jian Wushuang, so naturally, they did not succeed. Is that so? The hunchbacked elder nodded slightly. Then he immediately looked at the black-robed man, who was only a rank 4 true saint, and a strange power swept out. My lord, what are you doing? The black-robed man, who was a rank 4 true saint, was shocked. Don't resist, the hunchbacked elder shouted in a low voice, but the strange power had already surged into the black-robed man's body. No! The black-robed man let out a mournful howl, but his expression quickly calmed down and his eyes closed. I've already found the memory of Heavenly Sword Marquis, the hunchbacked old man said. At the same time, the life force of the rank 4 true saint was completely cut off, his body fell down powerlessly. No one cared about the death of this rank 4 true saint. The black-robed woman looked at the hunchbacked old man expectantly. Lord Prophet, Lord Sorcerer God places great importance on Heavenly Sword Marquis. Can you use this person's memory to find Heavenly Sword Marquis' location? Let's give it a try. The hunchbacked old man said and then closed his eyes. The black-robed woman knew that the hunchbacked old man was already using his technique, so she did not dare to disturb him. After a moment, oh! The hunchbacked old man's eyes suddenly opened, and a trace of shock flashed through his eyes. Following that, with a pu sound, a large mouthful of blood was suddenly spat out, and the aura on his body instantly became extremely weak. Lord Prophet? What exactly is going on? The black-clothed woman was also greatly shocked and hurriedly asked. The hunchbacked old man raised his head, but his gaze was extremely cold. The expression on his face was also uncertain. Let me ask you, who is the Heavenly Sword Marquis that the old sorcerer god is looking for? The hunchbacked old man said coldly. This, I don't know either, but from the orders given by the Lord Sorcerer God, he should place great importance on this Heavenly Sword Marquis. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked me to invite you, Lord Prophet, the black-robed woman said carefully. Humph! The hunchbacked elder snorted and said, that old guy is so easy. Just give me a command, and I'll be in trouble. Sir Prophet, what are you? The black-clothed woman was puzzled. The Heavenly Sword Marquis you're looking for has an extraordinary background. I used the Path of Fate to search for him based on the memory of the rank 4 true saint just now, but I actually suffered a backlash from the principles of fate. Not only did I suffer a serious injury, but from now on, I won't be able to use the power of the principles of fate for 100,000 years, the hunchbacked elder said. What? The black-clothed woman was shocked. The law of fate, if ordinary cultivators, including Jian Wushuang, heard this word, they would be extremely puzzled. Therefore, in their understanding, the principles of heaven and earth did not have the so-called principles of fate. But in fact, the principles of fate existed. It was just that in the divine beginning world, almost no one cultivated it, so ordinary cultivators were naturally not qualified to come into contact with it. And this hunchbacked old man, who was also the Lord Prophet that the black-clothed woman mentioned, was a super expert who specialized in the principles of fate. My usage of the laws of fate has long reached the peak of perfection. In addition, by chance, I obtained a unique secret technique of the principles of fate in the cosmic battlefield. With the clear fate within, it's easy to find a person's trace. Even if I were to find some special life forms or some top existences in the world, I wouldn't have to endure the backlash of the laws of fate, or the backlash would be very light. However, the backlash this time is something that I have never encountered before. Therefore, this person called Heavenly Sword Marquis definitely has an unfathomable background and identity. No wonder the old sorcerer god placed so much importance on him, said the hunchbacked old man. Has the prophet found the location of Heavenly Sword Marquis? The black-clothed woman asked carefully. The hunchbacked old man glanced at the black-clothed lady. Immediately, he flipped his hand and took out a command talisman. This command talisman was a blood-colored command talisman. It contained an extremely strange energy and was extremely unique. Take this command talisman and follow the guidance within it. You will naturally be able to find the heavenly sword Marquis. However, you must remember that you only have one chance. If you fail to succeed this time around, it will be impossible for you to rely on me to find his location in the future. The hunchbacked old man said. The black-robed woman took the token, but she was overjoyed. Thank you, Lord Prophet, the black-robed woman said gratefully. Go. Tell the old sorcerer god to stop bothering me for the next 100,000 years. The hunchbacked old man waved his hand impatiently. Chapter 3157. Mountain Thunder Castle beneath the huge abyss. Sue. 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 4 figures suddenly rushed out. These 4 people were 3 men and 1 woman. The woman was the black-clothed woman who had just met the hunchbacked old man, the prophet. The 3 of you, I've already given you the token. I'll leave the heavenly sword Marquis to you, the black-clothed woman said. The 3 of them looked at each other, and one of the red-haired handsome men grinned. Don't worry. He's just a rank 4 true saint. Any one of us is more than enough. This time, the 3 of us attacking together are already looking up to him. He definitely won't be able to escape from the 3 of us. The other 2 were also extremely confident. Not to mention a rank 4 true saint, even a rank 7 peak true saint or an invincible saint was nothing to them. One had to know that the 3 of them were all true principles masters. Moreover, they were not ordinary principles masters. Not only were they powerful, but they all also had their own unique methods. With the 3 of them working together, they could even try to surround and kill ordinary principles masters. Could a rank 4 true saint escape? That's for the best, but we still have to be careful. After all, we only have one chance. If we let him escape this time, the prophet will not be able to find his position again. Also, you have heard Lord Sorcerer God's orders. You are not here to kill Heavenly Sword Marquis, but to capture him alive. Remember, you have to capture him alive. If you accidentally kill him, Lord Sorcerer God will be furious. At that time, the 3 of you will also be buried with him, the black-robed woman warned. Don't worry, we will remember. The red-haired handsome man laughed, and then the 3 principles masters set off. A month later, at the first heaven. In the center of the dense ancient forest, there was a huge mountain, and above the mountain, there was an ancient castle. This ancient castle was called the Mountain Thunder Castle. Wang! A light breeze blew past, and 3 figures silently appeared in the surrounding void. These 3 people were the 3 principles masters who had rushed over from the sorcerer god sect. Is that little fellow called Heavenly Sword Marquis hiding in the ancient castle ahead? One of the brown-haired youths asked. According to the command talisman, this is the place. However, there are quite a few cultivators in this castle. We need to spend some effort to find him later. The red-haired handsome man held the blood-colored command talisman in his hand. He was sensing the fluctuations of the blood-colored command talisman. Since we've already confirmed the location, let's make our move. Void Lord, let's make our move, the brown-haired youth said. The last one was called Void Lord, and he was an evil-looking old man with a strange aura. Hearing the brown-haired youth's words, the evil-looking old man gave a strange smile, and then a strange energy fluctuation rose from his body. Inside the Mountain Lightning Castle. All of you, wait here obediently. In a while, the Lord will come to see you. If you're lucky, you can follow the Lord and work for him. Not only will you get a lot of benefits, but you'll also have a lot of room to grow in the future. If you're unlucky and the Lord doesn't like you, the Lord will probably kill you. HMPH. A middle-aged man wearing purple armor and emitting the aura of a rank 7 true saint looked down at the dozen or so cultivators in front of him. The strength of these 10 or so cultivators were all different. The weaker ones were rank 1 and rank 2 true saints, while the stronger ones were rank 3 and rank 4 true saints. However, at this moment, these 10 or so cultivators all had a trace of fear and trepidation in their hearts. Brother Han, our luck is really bad. We actually ran into the Mountain Lightning Fort. A white-haired, thin old man softly praised, the Mountain Thunder Castle is infamous in this territory. It's said that the castle master of the Mountain Lightning Castle is an immortal saint whose strength has reached an invincible level. Moreover, this Mountain Thunder Castle master has a very strange temper. He likes people to serve him. Therefore, he often abducts cultivators to his castle and then forcibly forces these cultivators to serve him. If we're lucky, we can be freed in just a few decades. However, if we're unlucky, we might not be able to obtain freedom even if we serve him for tens of thousands of years. We're just passing by this territory, and we actually ran into the Mountain Thunder Castle. We're really unlucky. As the white-haired old man spoke, the surrounding people were also dejected. Obviously, they had all heard of the fierce name of the Mountain Thunder Castle master. And the person that the white-haired old man called Brother Han was a fierce man with a beard and a saber on his back. Not only was the tough man tough, but his aura was also violent and violent. Hearing the white-haired elder's words, the tough man frowned on the surface, but in his heart, he just smiled bitterly. My luck is really bad. I just wanted to randomly mingle with a team and wander around for a few decades. I didn't expect that the team I just joined would encounter people from the Mountain Thunder Castle and be forced to come here. That's right, the tough man was Jian Wushuang, who had disguised himself well. He had left the territory controlled by the Purple Cloud Pavilion long ago. In order to avoid the pursuit of the three Saint Realms, he had disguised himself and kept a low profile. He just wanted to stay quiet for a while and then find another way. He didn't expect to meet such big trouble not long after he joined the team. The Mountain Thunder Castle had an invincible saint guarding it. Do I really have to cultivate in the Mountain Thunder Castle for a while and listen to the orders of the Lord of the Mountain Thunder Castle? Jian Wushuang frowned. While Jian Wushuang was deep in thought. Buzz! A majestic power suddenly exploded outside the Mountain Thunder Castle. This power swept in all directions with shocking momentum. In the blink of an eye, the entire Mountain Thunder Fort and the surrounding void were covered by this power, and the cultivators in the Mountain Thunder Castle were immediately shocked. What's going on? What's going on? The cultivators in the Mountain Thunder Castle were all at a loss. Jian Wushuang's pupils suddenly shrank. Is this space-time seal? And it's so powerful. Although Jian Wushuang was still in the Mountain Thunder Castle, he could feel how powerful the power was. Even he was terrified by the power. Without a doubt, the power was used to seal the void. It must be a very terrifying expert or even a principal's master. I can directly seal the time and space. Is there a strong enemy coming to the Mountain Thunder Castle, or is it coming to me? Jian Wushuang frowned. I left the Purple Cloud Pavilion territory as fast as I could. I disguised myself and didn't attack again. Even if the three Saint Realms have extraordinary means, they shouldn't be able to find me. This time, the strong enemy should be coming to the Mountain Thunder Castle, Jian Wushuang thought. Chapter 3158. Came for me such a huge power directly sealed the space-time around the Mountain Thunder Fort, creating a shocking disturbance. Naturally, the Lord of the Mountain Thunder Fort was the first to be alarmed. Who is it? Who dares to seal the space-time around my Mountain Thunder Fort? A low shout suddenly exploded in the world. Following that, a figure rushed out from the depths of the earth and appeared in the void outside the Mountain Thunder Fort. A green-clothed Mountain Thunder Fort master with long hair fluttering in the wind had an aura that had reached the limit of a true saint. He was a genuine invincible saint, and his strength was extremely tyrannical. However, when he appeared in the void outside and saw the three figures at the end of his line of sight, the Mountain Thunder Fort master's face instantly turned extremely pale. Principal's master. And there are a total of 3 of them. Mountain Thunder Fort master stared at the 3 principal's masters in front of him in great astonishment, feeling his head rumbling. Although he was indeed an invincible saint could only be invincible among the immortal saints. However, compared to a true principal's master, he was far, far inferior. Mountain Thunder Fort master had some confidence in his own strength. However, this confidence had not reached the point where he dared to face a principal's master head-on. What's more, there were 3 principal's masters in front of him. Mountain Thunder pays his respects to the 3 lords. May I know why the 3 lords have come? The Lord of the Mountain Thunder Fort said respectfully. Mountain Thunder, The three principals master stared at Mountain Thunder with interest. They had never heard of the name Mountain Thunder. As for the strength of that invincible saint, Mountain Thunder, they did not put him in their eyes at all. My lords, my master is the Lord of Thunderbugs. He has quite a bit of contact with some of the major figures of the three great saints. If Mountain Thunder has offended you in any way, I hope that you will spare him on account of my master. The Lord of Mountain Thunder Fort lowered his head. His attitude was extremely low. He had no idea why these three principals masters had come. But since they had already come and sealed space-time, they definitely were not just passing by casually. Thus, Mountain Thunder Fort Master had brought out his backer from the very beginning. He, Mountain Thunder Fort Master, had been able to roam freely in the first heaven for so long and had been doing whatever he wanted. He was still alive and well, not only because he was strong, but also because his backer, the Thunderbug Master, was really amazing. He was quite famous in the divine beginning world. The Thunderbug Master. The three principals masters looked at each other and could not help but smile. They did know the Thunderbug Master. After all, the Sorcerer God sect had a close relationship with the three holy regions, and the Thunderbug Master had a good relationship with the three holy regions. The three of us didn't come here for you. Moreover, the three of us will give your master some face. So as long as you listen to us, we won't make things difficult for you and your Mountain Thunder Fort, said the handsome red-haired man. Thank you, my lords. What can I do for you? The Mountain Thunder Fort Lord immediately became attentive. The three of us came here to find a person. If nothing unexpected happens, this person will hide in your Mountain Thunder Fort. How about this? You ask everyone in the Mountain Thunder Fort to come out first. The red-haired handsome man said. Yes, my lords. Please wait a moment. The Mountain Thunder Fort Lord immediately gave the order for all the cultivators in the Mountain Thunder Fort to come out. The Mountain Thunder Fort was very big, and there were many cultivators in it. Most of them were captured alive by this Mountain Thunder Fort Lord. Now, under the orders of the Mountain Thunder Fort Lord, these cultivators all appeared in the void in front of the ancient castle. There were actually thousands of cultivators standing there densely. So many people. The red-haired handsome man frowned. Although the three of them could sense the general location of the Heavenly Sword Marquis from the blood-red talisman they got from the Prophet, they could not find him. Now, they followed their senses and came to the Mountain Thunder Fort. However, there were so many cultivators in the Mountain Thunder Fort, so they could only slowly search for him. I saw the scene of Heavenly Sword Marquis fighting. His realm is only at the rank 4 True Saint realm. Even if he used a secret technique, he could only reach the rank 5 True Saint realm. The red-haired handsome man pondered for a moment. Then, he ordered, tell all the rank 4 and rank 5 True Saints to step forward. Yes. The Mountain Thunder Fort Master nodded. Under his order, all the cultivators of the Mountain Thunder Fort who had reached the rank 4 and rank 5 True Saints stepped forward. There were nearly 100 cultivators of the rank 4 and rank 5 of Mountain Thunder Fort, including Jian Wushuang, who had disguised himself as a tough man. Something's wrong. Jian Wushuang stood in the crowd and narrowed his eyes. At first, he thought that the strong enemies were here to cause trouble for the Mountain Thunder Fort, but now it seemed that they were not. They are not here to cause trouble for the Mountain Thunder Fort, but to find someone in the Mountain Thunder Fort, and the person they are looking for is between a rank 4 and a rank 5 True Saint. There are 3 Principals Masters who have personally taken action and used great means to directly seal space and time. With such a big arm, they are just looking for a rank 4 or rank 5 True Saint. Are they really here to find me? Jian Wushuang was also nervous. All of you, step forward one by one. The red-haired handsome man held a scarlet token in his hand and coldly glanced at the nearly 100 rank 4 and 5 True Saints in front of him. These rank 4 and 5 True Saints did not dare to disobey him at all and immediately stepped forward one by one. The red-haired handsome man held the scarlet token in his hand and tested them one by one. As a result, the scarlet token did not change at all when the rank 4 or 5 cultivators passed by. After dozens of cultivators passed by, it was finally Jian Wushuang's turn. I hope they are not looking for me, or else, I'll be in big trouble. Jian Wushuang muttered in his heart. On the surface, he took a deep breath and slowly walked toward the 3 Principals Masters in front of him. Just as he walked to the red-haired handsome man, the result was buzz. The blood-red token in the red-haired handsome man's hand suddenly burst with bloodlight. A large amount of bloodlight even showed signs of covering Jian Wushuang. What? Jian Wushuang's face suddenly changed. It's him. Countless cultivators in the Mountain Thunder Fort, including the Mountain Thunder Fort Master, also locked their eyes on Jian Wushuang. Ha ha, I finally found you, Heavenly Sword Marquis. The red-haired handsome man also stared at Jian Wushuang with burning eyes and laughed. Damn it! They really came for me. Jian Wushuang's face had become extremely ugly. As for the many cultivators in Mountain Thunder Fort, they were all shocked when they heard the red-haired handsome man call out his name. Chapter 3159. There was nowhere to run. Heavenly Sword Marquis? Which Heavenly Sword Marquis? Could it be Heavenly Sword Marquis, who killed a rank 7 true saint in the territory controlled by the Purple Cloud Pavilion? That big monster. It's him. It must be him. Only such a monster would provoke the 3 Principals Masters to come here personally. His Heavenly Sword Marquis. The crowd immediately became noisy, and countless people looked at Jian Wushuang with shock and admiration. The white-haired elder and the others, who had previously called Jian Wushuang Brother Han, were even more stunned. Heavenly Sword Marquis. Mountain Thunder Fort Master stared at Jian Wushuang in astonishment. His Heavenly Sword Marquis? How could he come to our Mountain Thunder Fort? Mountain Thunder Fort Master was a genuine invincible saint with a high level of knowledge. When he saw the mirror image of Jian Wushuang fighting with Bai Yuan, he was amazed that Jian Wushuang was an incredible genius. No one in the entire divine beginning world could compare to him. But now, this super genius had sneaked into his Mountain Thunder Fort? The Lord of Mountain Thunder Fort was also shocked. You should be from the 3 Saint Realms, right? Jian Wushuang stared at the 3 Rule Masters with a gloomy face and said, I want to know how you found us. Ha ha, boy, you have underestimated this world. You have underestimated the skills of the cultivators in this world. Yes, after you left the territory controlled by the Purple Cloud Pavilion, you were very careful and did not attack again. You even deliberately disguised your appearance. It is difficult for ordinary people to find you, but we have a special way to find you so that you can't escape. The red-haired handsome man chuckled. Besides, the 3 of us don't have much to do with the 3 Saint Realms. As for our origins, you'll know after a while. As for now, you'd better come with us. Come with you? I'm sorry, I have no interest in going with you. Jian Wushuang's voice was cold. As soon as he finished speaking, a majestic power swept up from his body. It came from the ruler seal. The ruler seal ruled over space and time. At this moment, Jian Wushuang was using the ruler seal with all his strength in an attempt to regain control of the surrounding area. However, the power of the ruler seal had been fully exerted by Jian Wushuang. The formation of the ruler seal had also swept up, but it could not affect the surrounding space and time at all. I can't even move it at all. Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Since he had obtained the ruler seal from Shui, he had used it many times. The power of the ruler seal had never disappointed him. Today, facing the 3 Rule Masters, he knew that his strength could not contend with them, so he wanted to use the ruler seal to regain control of the surrounding space-time and then escape. However, he did not expect that the power of the ruler seal could not affect the space-time he was in. Ha ha, he is indeed capable. The wicked and charming elder, Void Master, who was one of the 3 Principals Masters, let out a cold laugh. The treasure he just used should also be a space-time treasure, and it is not ordinary. Although it has not reached the level of a holy treasure, it should be a top-tier holy treasure. Boy, you have a lot of good treasures. Unfortunately, they are useless. The red-haired handsome man sneered, but his eyes were full of disdain as he looked at Jian Wushuang. You only use the top-tier holy treasure, but the one that can completely seal the space and time around you is the Void Master next to me. He used a genuine supreme treasure that can seal the space and time. You are a rank 4 true saint. How can you use a top-tier holy treasure as compared to a supreme treasure driven by a Principal's Master? Jian Wushuang frowned. No wonder he could not move at all. It turned out that the wicked old man was using a holy treasure. Heavenly Sword Marquis, no matter what, you're only a rank 4 true saint. Although you can compete with a rank 7 true saint, you're no different from an ant in front of the three of us. If you follow us obediently, you'll suffer less. Otherwise. The brown-haired young man's eyes turned cold. Jian Wushuang merely snorted and did not say anything. However, the Blood Mountain sword had already appeared in his hand. He had used all his secret skills, allowing his strength to reach his peak. However, even in his peak condition, Jian Wushuang was not confident that he could face the three principal's masters in front of him. You are so stubborn. Xin sect, I'll leave it to you. Remember not to kill him. Don't kill him by accident. Just seriously injure him or put him into a deep sleep so that we can bring him back, the red-haired handsome man said. Xin Zong was the brown-haired young man. Hearing the red-haired handsome man's words, he nodded and then looked directly at Jian Wushuang. At this moment, a terrifying power was silently coming toward Jian Wushuang. This power was soul power. Facing a principal's master, Jian Wushuang had no ability to resist at all. In an instant, the powerful soul power entered his sea of consciousness and instantly shattered the exquisite pagoda that had been protecting his real soul. Then, it heavily hit Jian Wushuang's real soul. Jian Wushuang's real soul was severely injured and 90 of it was destroyed in an instant. Less than 10 of his soul power remained. Logically speaking, if a cultivator's real soul suffered such a serious injury, even if he did not die, his soul would fall into a deep sleep and it would take a long time for him to wake up again. Xin Zong's goal was to make Jian Wushuang's soul fall into a deep sleep. He could have destroyed Jian Wushuang's soul directly, but he held back at the last moment. That's enough. Xin Zong spoke. He was very satisfied with his result, and he also thought that Jian Wushuang would fall into a deep sleep immediately. However, Jian Wushuang, who was standing in front of him, suddenly opened his eyes and shot toward Xin Zong with a fierce light in his eyes. What? Xin Zong was stunned. What's going on? The red-haired handsome man and the demonic elder did not understand either. I don't know. I just used a soul attack and destroyed more than 90 of his soul. If I'm not mistaken, his soul must have fallen into a deep sleep. But now, I can't see any damage to his soul, let alone a deep sleep. Xin Zong frowned. Did he just swallow a treasure or elixir that can restore his soul power in the shortest amount of time? Chapter 3160. Could not be suppressed and impossible. No matter how amazing a treasure or elixir was, there would always be a process of recovering one's soul power. However, he had instantly recovered his soul power. This kind of effect was definitely not something that ordinary treasures or elixirs could achieve. Moreover, we didn't see him take out any treasures or medicinal elixirs, the red-haired handsome man said hurriedly. That's right. I was able to clearly sense that this kid's soul had indeed suffered heavy injuries, but it recovered in an instant. At the same time that his soul power recovered, his divine power seemed to have weakened slightly, the bewitching old man said. His divine power weakened a bit. Xin Zong was startled. Could it be that he only used a bit of divine power to completely repair the damage to his soul? Just like the immortal body. Immortal body. The red-haired handsome man and the demonic old man looked at each other in dismay. Both of them had a hint of shock. Immortal bodies could be controlled by any true Saint Realm cultivator. However, having an immortal body did not mean that one was truly immortal. At the very least, an immortal body had no effect in the face of soul attacks. If a person's soul was directly destroyed, it would be useless to have an immortal body. This was common knowledge of the heavenly Tao. But now, if Jian Wushuang's soul power could be restored instantly by his own divine power, just like the immortal body of a cultivator, it would be too incredible. Although it's incredible, this may be the only explanation. This kid's immortal body can even restore his soul. Xin Zong's eyes flashed with a fierce light. No wonder the sorcerer god paid so much attention to him and told us to capture him alive. Since the soul attack is ineffective, let's suppress him. The red-haired handsome man stared at Jian Wushuang with cold eyes. Then he suddenly waved his hand. A bright golden light suddenly illuminated the world. In the void in front of Jian Wushuang, a huge golden palace appeared out of thin air. After the Golden Palace appeared, it floated directly above Jian Wushuang. Then, a terrifying power suddenly pressed down. Is this a suppression treasure? Jian Wushuang's face darkened. He could feel the terrifying suppression power coming from the Golden Palace. The suppressive force was so strong that it should be a suppression-type true treasure. A suppression-type true treasure was controlled by a Principal's Master. Its power was so terrifying that no Principal's Master could resist it. Jian Wushuang also felt great pressure in the Golden Palace. He looked solemn and clenched his teeth. He was holding a red bead in his hand. This bead. It was one of the 2 beads Mo Shan had given him. It was personally refined by Palace Master Azura, one of the 3 Palace Masters of the Heaven-Cleaving Alliance. Once the power of the bead was activated, it was enough to easily kill an ordinary Principal's Master. Under the pressure of the suppression-type supreme treasure, Jian Wushuang had the idea of activating the bead. But at this moment, Jian Wushuang's expression suddenly changed. No, this palace can't suppress me. Jian Wushuang stood there, allowing the terrifying power in the palace to sweep toward him. However, although the suppression power was extremely powerful, it did not affect Jian Wushuang much. How is this possible? The red-haired handsome man was stunned. My sealed temple was obtained from an ancient ruin. Although it's only a primary true treasure, it's still the best among the primary true treasures. Its suppressive power is very impressive. But now, under the control of me, the Principal's Master, it can't even suppress a mere rank 4 true saint. The red-haired handsome man's face was full of disbelief. He had already realized that his seal temple could not suppress Jian Wushuang. It was not because he could not unleash the power of the seal temple, but because his opponent's level was too high and the seal temple could not suppress him. But Jian Wushuang was only a rank 4 true saint? It's not because of his realm strength, but other reasons that the seal temple could not suppress him. The red-haired handsome man frowned. He was right. Although Jian Wushuang was only a rank 4 true saint, he was the only perfect chaotic creature in the divine beginning realm. His level of life was too high. It had long surpassed the realm of the divine beginning realm. Even the will of the heavenly Tao could not suppress such a high-level life. Even if the seal temple was controlled by the Principal's Master himself, it would not be able to suppress Jian Wushuang. He definitely would not be able to suppress Jian Wushuang. This kid is only a rank 4 true saint, but he is so difficult to deal with. His soul attacks and suppression methods are completely useless against him. The red-haired handsome man's expression was unsightly. He said in a low voice, "Suppression methods are useless, and he can rely on divine power to repair his soul attacks. In that case, we can only force him to destroy his divine power again and again, consume his divine power, and let his divine power run out. When he is unable to recover his soul power, we can ask you to put his soul to sleep." Okay. Xin Zong nodded. "In that case, I'll do it myself." The demonic elder laughed strangely, and then he suddenly moved. Whoosh! A cold aura swept over, and Jian Wushuang could not see the demonic elder clearly. Swish! A dark saber light silently stabbed toward Jian Wushuang's chest. So fast! It's too fast! Jian Wushuang was stunned. He had no room to fight back. Kai! The dark saber light stabbed Jian Wushuang's chest and instantly broke the golden armor on his body. Then, the saber light stabbed Jian Wushuang's heart. Buzz, buzz. Jian Wushuang's body trembled and then collapsed. The Principal's Master had attacked him personally. With a casual attack, Jian Wushuang could not withstand it and his divine body directly collapsed. However, in an instant, Jian Wushuang's divine body reassembled again. Hehehe. The demonic elder let out a cold laugh and then attacked again and again. Kai, 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 Kai. One after another, demonic and incredibly fast saber lights attacked Jian Wushuang again and again. Although Jian Wushuang had extraordinary strength, he had no room to display his strength in front of the demonic elder. He was hit by the demonic elder's vital points time and time again, and every time he was hit, his divine body would immediately collapse. In just a short while, Jian Wushuang's divine body had collapsed 17 times and replenished 17 times. Under normal circumstances, a true saint's divine body would be at its limit after 5 or 6 reconstitution. His divine power would be exhausted, but Jian Wushuang,